I got a problem. I got a strange addiction. Somebody help me. I need an intervention. It ain't alcohol or weed. There's just one thing that I need. I got an addiction to fruit trees. I got an addiction to fruit trees. I take a persimmon to please. Hey, the next one I'm getting jujube. Peace, family. Just out here working. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. It's warm, but it's not blazing hot. And the rain has stopped, so that's a good thing. But I'm just out here taking care of a few things. You know what? So let me say this. So my sister, Nikki, from the everyday life of an OCD-ish chick, she has this, what do you call it when you do like a hashtag? It's not a challenge, but she's doing her hashtag thing. And the hashtag is, well, the whole thing is basically you're showing off your projects, the projects that you're doing for the spring. I think it's like hashtag Spring Outdoor Projects 2021. Now, initially, I wasn't going to even try to be a part of that because the stuff that I got going on is not glamorous. Like, I mean, she did a video where she cleaned up and moved things out in her yard, and I mean, it looked immaculate. Our sister Angel from Angel Loves Garden, she is doing her outdoor projects, and I mean, it all looks sane and civilized and reasonable. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, I can't really be a part of that because the stuff I have going on outside is just pure madness and chaos, and it makes me want to pull out whatever hair I have left. I gotta shave too. But I'm gonna just do it. You know why? And you know, I hope y'all are watching this. I'm gonna get into this because I've been working like a dog. I've been working like an animal, and I'm gonna show you what I've been doing. All right, so I know you all remember this wood. Now, if you look back at previous videos, you probably could tell a difference. But I've been dealing with this. This is one of the big things that I've been dealing with. Well, this is probably the biggest thing. There's a pile here from when we got it was like a huge white oak tree that we had chopped down. So it's just like a huge pile of wood here. I wish I could stand over there to where you can see me, so you can kind of get an idea of like how crazy this is and how massive these, I mean, it's just massive. I get stressed out looking at it. So the tree was here. This is the stump, and it was growing up right next to this tree, but this tree is leaning over the other way. I don't care nothing about that. But the other one was it started leaning right over my house. Sorry about that, but yeah, it was leaning right over my house. So here's my foot, right? That's my foot. I wear size 14. This is a straight up size 14 shoe. And yeah, so it's massive. But there's logs that are about the size of that I've been dealing with. Like this one here, the one that's on it, it's not quite as big, but it's still pretty big. There's some over here. This is another pile. So one of the things that I've been doing is I've been burning a whole lot of wood. And this is gonna make great biochar. If you want to know what biochar is and how to make it, I don't know, maybe I'll do it one day on camera, but you can go to Diva Jones 03 and she has great information on that. Also, David the Good, he's got great information, but Diva makes it comprehensible. She makes it simple. Anybody can do it at home. Now, usually, I'm gonna show you what I've been doing. I'm gonna take you down. That's one thing, I've been burning it. I'm gonna take you down to the other part of what I've been doing. Now, usually I would be courteous and turn the camera off until I got there, but I'm not going to do that because, you know, I'm a little agitated because I couldn't be a part of this challenge when I wanted to. But I'm just going to include myself, and, you know, it is what it is. I'm like the little chubby kid on the playground. Hey, welcome me. Now, this is another part of what I've been doing. I've been cutting up that wood and piling it up. This is firewood. Now, this has got to be about, it's like over 4 feet high now. I'm like 6'4". Let me see if I can get a shot with me by the wood. All right, so like I said, I'm 6'4", 6'4" and a half technically. And this pile comes up, it's like right under my shoulder. There we go. So, yeah, pretty tall pile. So that's that. And, you know, it'll continue to get taller. Probably, by the time I stop, it'll probably get to about here. You know, just because, I mean, it's a lot of wood, which is beneficial, but I need to find 2 other trees out here to stack them between. Maybe I'll do those 2 right there and stack them. All right, so once again, I'm not going to turn the camera off because y'all told me I can't be a part of this challenge. I mean, you didn't verbally say it, but, you know, it was like, man, y'all did such a beautiful job, and my joint looks like chaos, so you're going to have to come with me. So now, I'm showing you these logs. This is down in the woods, like pretty deep into the woods. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one behind it. There's one way back there, 9. There's a total of 12 of these big, huge logs that are down in the woods now. Now I'm showing that because, you know, I mean, they're huge. How did they get down here? That's the question that I have. Let me answer my own question. You know, all you CrossFit people that like to flip tires and stuff like that, I know what that's about. And that's real work. Just rolling these things, flipping and rolling these big logs has been, my body feels like, I mean, everything feels numb. Those things are so heavy, it's not even just my body that feels numb, my lips feel numb. Like right now, I can't even feel my lips because these things have been so massive. So I've been like rolling them into the woods, you know, flipping them up and rolling, flipping, rolling. And there's a total of 12 out here now. And I still have quite a few to go. I mean, it's full body workout. Like seriously, like if by this weekend, if I don't lose at least 37 pounds, I don't know who I have to write a letter to or to complain to, but that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to complain. I'm going to write a letter. So right now, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm walking back up to my property, and I'm going to show you the other thing that I'm working on as well. Hashtag Outdoor Spring Projects 2021. I'm here. And I'm here to stay. Oh yeah. Chubby kid on the playground. All right, so here's the other thing. All right, so this little shed, I mean, who would have thought that it could hold so much stuff? So I've just been emptying out things, reorganizing. We're gonna get rid of, here's some more wood. I mean, for after this, if I ever see another piece of wood, man, but just reorganizing. These are my 2 worm bins. Now, I'm not gonna get into everything with them. I'm actually gonna consolidate. Here's one with all that richness. Here's another one. Now I actually have, this is the one that I was, man, people in their vehicles, man. But this is the one here that I used when I plant my fruit trees. Look at my babies. I'm not gonna stay on this too long because I also want to do an update on what's been going on out this way. But yeah, so those are my 2 worm bins that I've talked about briefly, but I'm going to consolidate them. I'm going to put this one, all the worms and things that are in here, into here, just give it fresh food, and just work with one. I'm going to use this tote for something else. I just want to tell you also, like I said, not getting too detailed about it, but I've had these worm bins. I had the blue one maybe about a year longer, but I think for like a total of about 6 years. And they do survive the winter. They survive the winter. They come back strong when it warms up. So, and these are outdoors is why I'm bringing that up. So I keep mine outdoors in the shed, and in that shed it doesn't get all that warm. Like it's cold in that shed. Like I go in and out of that in the winter and in the fall. It's still cold in there, but they survive the winter. So if anybody's thinking about doing like an outdoor one, they survive. Just give them time to wake back up, and put some food. What I usually put in there is so I used to have compost piles, like big compost piles. And over in this area where my finger is, where that tree fell, those were my piles. Like I would have quite a few piles going at one time. And when the tree fell, it just took over my whole composting area. So, I haven't really been able to compost like that. But I bring that up to say that that's what I would feed my worms. My worm bins. Like I got into keeping worm bins and things like that. I don't know if you all are familiar with a brother by the name of Will Ayers. He used to be the CEO of Growing Power, and I think Growing Power is now defunct, but the dude is a master with composting. And he had massive compost bins, and one of the things that he said was that he would feed his worms finished compost. And to me it made sense, especially if you have like a compost bin, in or around your house. Like feeding it finished compost would make sense. It's already full of the microbes that the worms look for. It's already broken down. It's almost like when you ferment things, because I used to make kombucha, I used to make kefir, and I used to make sauerkraut as well. But basically, the process of fermenting, it's sort of like pre-digesting certain things or whatever it is that you're fermenting. So composting is it's like the same thing. It's kind of like you're pre-digesting. The heat and the microbes break it down, and then you have like the night crawlers, like the worms that you see in your yard. They get into the piles and they break it down. And by the time it's done, you have your finished compost, but it still has microbes and beneficial bacteria and things that were left behind. And that's what the compost worms like to eat off of. So I used to feed them finished compost, and sometimes I would put like, they love cornmeal. I put cornmeal in there and a banana. Just take a whole banana and put it in there. And they'd go to town, man. And actually the one little compost bin that I have inside from the worms that I got from Turf Therapy, shout out to Turf, they're in there. I put down a bed of cocoa coir, and I give them bananas. I give them bananas. Sometimes I'll give them cornmeal. They're good, man. They're good. Crushed leaves as well. But so I say that because I was mentioning that they survive the winter. What I generally would do, I would give them enough compost to kind of like hold them, not necessarily hold them over, but just so that they can eat big before they go to sleep. And then when it would start getting warmer again, I just put like cornmeal in there. And then you'd start seeing them after some time, you'd start seeing them tearing the cornmeal up. Then I'd put like a banana in there. And then I would change it. I would take all that compost out because by then it's all finished, Change that out, put new compost in there, and, start over again throughout the warm months. So you can definitely do it. And I know all of that is besides the point of the video, but, it's something I just thought about. But anyway, I am going to go because I still got a lot of work to do. I've got a few things that I want to, I want to record over the weekend and over the next few days. So just keep an eye out for that. I appreciate all of you who went and wished my uncle a happy birthday as well. He's been kind of doing his birthday thing, and but he's really happy about that. So I appreciate it. But I'm gonna go, family. Like I said, hashtag Spring Outdoor Projects 2021. I hope I'm saying that right. Nikki, I'm crashing the party. I'm crashing the party, sis. All right, y'all. Peace.